Hello there, this has been Foreigner here from EverSpace, and I think I'm just gonna try to go as far as I can. Maybe because I'm lame, it'll actually be possible to get all the way through this round, but who knows, we'll see. See if I manage to fail even now, which I almost did last time still. But it is funny though, I got all the way to Sector 6 the other time and it still failed. I still failed, whatever though. I guess, yeah, it's probably a matter of picking your battles rather than going after every single thing that makes a waypoint. But who knows? It's more fun to keep going back and leveling up and all that stuff after a while, though it is frustrating too. Wow, all this garbage being empty is fun. Oh, fuel, yay, more fuel. Awesome, okay. Ah, the joy, I'm just feeling a little tired. But more enemies showing up. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Crystal fully mined. Oh, chill out. Chill out. Chill. Bumpity-doo-dah, bumpity-ay. My oh my, you can go crispy all day. I will help you. Thank you for more fuel. Oh, you went boom. You fell down in space somehow and went boom. I want to get that static discharger ASAP, but I want it to be the Mark III, also ASAP, because I must be ASAP, right? That's just what I be. And whatever. Okay, only 2 corrosions I could make. Wonderful. Let's see. Nope, we can't build anything much, so we gotta get all this crap. Well, also want to get the Shield Super Titanium Mark III, and that requires a lot of stuff. Stack Discharger Mark III, lots of stuff. Oh my word, had a really good loadout last time. Tractor beam just requires lots more scrap. 29 something units or whatever. Alright, here we go though. More garbage. More. Gotta just keep gathering resources all the time. And without a better tractor beam, it takes forever to gather everything. Oh, here's the scanny thing of Scanny Doom. Hello, Space Fish. How you doing? Come on. There you go. Alright, well, let's see, do we have the fish guy? Okay, he's on this one. Alright. Yeah, next time, if I fail here, I might as well play on hard mode so I get better, like, rewards for things, because that is the only benefit of the harder difficulties is the, well, you get more combat to watch too, I guess, for anyone viewing it. After a point, though, I just want to win, you know? I just want to get this done. But yeah, let's see about this, though. Oh, the joy. Where's the next one? Come on. Bonk, bonk. There we go, finally. See if we can get an upgrade or anything, so it'll be less annoying still. What's this here? Just conversion refinery. Okay, that's the symbol for refinery apparently. Yay. Okay, I don't know. I'd rather see if I can get an improvement if this is the thing that'll do that tuning station. Yeah, that's it. So, component casing, ship's components can no longer be damaged this run. Collision dampeners reduces collision damage by 50%. That would be good for the final mission. If I can manage to get through there this time, that would be the best for this, I think. But ship's components damage reduction is also a good thing. Lifetime 8 minutes for damage amplifier, that sounds dumb. Ah, the joy. I don't know. Yeah, I'd rather I don't think I'm going to go all the way through here, so let's just make it so that the ship's components won't be damaged finally. Because that's annoying when you start losing functionality, having to adjust to a new pattern every single time, like on the fly, and it's like, what am I doing? It's like, I'd rather just stick with the same functionality, if I could. But I suppose if you play the game long enough, you'll get used to all the problems. That could be fun. Oh, the joy of chilling. Chill, chill, chill. Access key needed, so that's useless anyway. Well, there might be some cases that aren't in those. Oh, come on. Let's get this going. Yeah. Ah, here's where we can fail all of a sudden anyway. Another one here, and another one here, and another one here, and another one here, and the shield's all gone. Yay. Yes. Wonderful. Winning. Woo. That's where the static discharger would be better. Getting things without that much of a difficulty. But nope. Gotta be more difficult. More and more. And in those places is usually where you can get more elements too. At least some of them anyway. So it's probably better to save the access keys for going into places like that where you can get more ship enhancements and stuff. But yeah, anyway, let's get out of here. Where's the green dot? There it is. Okay. We're through the space hole thing again. Totally psychedelic, man. We're... Alright, so to the orange thing so we can go to the space fish next after this one. And yes, I know I'm on lame mode. I'm doing that because I'm tired of everything. So enjoy with all the mockery and all that stuff. I don't know. Range mod and hull damage mod only Mark 1 or... Oh well, let's just stick with the range mod at this point. Come on. Get into my sight. Get out of my space. I haven't had a my space in years, so enjoy. Yay, deep fried space garbage. Oh, you're still there. How did I not notice? Until you shine the lasers at me. And that was brilliant. I feel tired. Yep, here we go again. All the joy again. Extra bunkage, extra doom. Doom to doom doom doom. All the red dots must go crispy. At least we don't have a jamming session going on. Do 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 do. Yay, more fuel. There's that. It is a cool effect, seeing the other thing, the EMP thing. I really need to get the hull damage mod. It takes forever to turn them crispy. Hull damage mods for the win, woo! Anyway, so tired. Much winning. On lameness mode. I think I might fly into a singularity as soon as I find one. Just for the heck of it. And then switch to hard mode for the next one and gather some better loot. But maybe I'll defeat the outlaw thing on easy mode. And then see if they'll pay me on hard mode whatever the maximum amount would be. Because that worked out for playing on normal mode and getting paid 3,100 credits rather than 4,200. So, it should work out the same doing Maurice's contract on lame mode and getting paid the hard mode price when we find Maurice again. I don't know. We'll see though how it actually plays out. Probably just like space hamsters. You upset them and the xenomorphs survive. go. Onward to more doom. To the fish guy. Fish guy, yep. And let's see, I still don't have the better systems yet. So let's see if I can do that first. If. Probably should have plenty of Viridian energy still. Let's see, will you have anything useful yet? Resource shop, processors, selling processors for gas. That's a brilliant choice. There's for repairs that I didn't get done yet. There we go, a little more fuel. Alright, and what's all this business? GMB idiots. Get out of my sights, dude. I don't want to fight you. I suppose it's good to deal with them after getting their shop stuff, but it's still like, come on. I'd rather not make unnecessary enemies, but if they're gonna be my enemies, I'm gonna take all their fuel from their tanks, so still. But yeah, let's get all the crap we can and see if I can get at least like the super titanium thingamajig Mark III, if I could before that. Because then we can get it upgraded and all that sort of stuff. Well, almost have a max fuel tank at least. And now we do. Yay. Alright, well, let's see if we can get the Mark III. Can we? No, not modifications. Build new. And of course we can't. Tractor beam, damage converter. Oh well. Energy diverter. Let's sell that. Remove that. I don't care about that. And I don't really want this either. So remove this. Let's see if we can get the static discharger Mark III, please. Please. Static discharger Mark II at least. Oh well. For lameness mode it might work out just as well, I guess. Alright, onward to Fishman, the Solarian Throng. Solarian fish, something, I don't know. He reminds me of Martin Solus.
Do you have new specimen scans for me, Mr. Roslin?
Like, the voice modulation is Solarian anyway. So, enhance. Enhance. Okay, there we go. Re-engineer. Shield damage, range, energy consumption, no. Energy consumption, so more firing time. Hull damage, 3. Yeah, maybe. Let's stick with that, I guess. And re-engineer, so shutdown duration, capacity, shutdown duration. Yeah, might as well. And all this stuff. Okay, cooldown, energy consumption, no. Let's see, duration, energy consumption, duration. Cooldown. So, more firing time, maybe then? No. Yeah, whatever. Alright, and blueprints, let's see, decoy, goo gun. What is a goo gun even? I don't want to spend 57 Viridian energy on that. Or, I mean, I have 57 apparently. Oh well. Let's go to the space asteroid thing. I mean, well, what would a non-space asteroid be? Just a crater forming thing? Or a thing that already formed one? Or something sunk that would still already be... I don't know. Anyone ever look like at the globe or a map of the planet and just see like the territories above Canada being all shattered? That's like, of course, if you ask like ChatGPT, it says it's because of like glacier erosion for Hudson Bay and whatever. But that looks like a big crater, though, doesn't it? Like something impacting south, east, and taking out a chunk of the planet, and then everything's just shattered above it. That's what it looks like to me, anyway. Of course, the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs would have been in the Yucatan, but it doesn't even look that big there, whereas it looks really big around the Hudson Bay. Like, if there's a comet strike for that Younger Dryas thing, it would be up there. Like, maybe all those impacts happened at once, and and you have all the tsunamis and everything else. Tsunamis, whatever. But yeah, that looks like an extra crunchy time. But whatever though. Yeah, let's get out of here. Where's the green thing? There it is. Okay. Onward to the next one. And yeah, if you watch the Y-Files, there's also the thing about the Göbekli Tepe thing where they have the comet strike recorded there. And it's interesting, the symbol of the man, that's obviously a man as well, but it's like without a head, but it's like ruled by passion, I think is what it's supposed to be like, probably after like Noah passed or whatever. Who knows? Oh my word. Turn on the zappy thing. That phenomena, I wonder if you'll have covered that by then a little bit, because, I mean, I like your presentation better than Y-Files. Y-Files is like, he does go into a bunch of stuff, but it's always like a, here's the myth, but it really isn't anything for the most part. There's a few things that he actually does cover that he thinks are real, but for the most part he just presents the cases and then it's like, but of course, nothing's really that interesting. It's like, oh, come on. It's like, okay, if it isn't gonna be that way, don't present it like it is, for one, because that's annoying. It's like, oh, look, you fooled me. Woo. You made a good case, and then it's like you proved it wrong.
Okay, that was exhilarating.
And of course I don't want to just think in terms of like, you know, I'm so gullible, look at me kind of thing. Because yes, of course I should be so gullible, right? To think in terms of things that are improbable being possible. But you know what, I don't care. See things that are probable as probable to myself, even if they're stupid to those that just want to be that way. So who cares? But yeah, phenomena.
Enemies in range.
Unity Gibbs there covers things in a more interesting fashion, at least. Like an ENFP style rather than an ISFJ like Y-Files. I don't know the guy's name on Y-Files. Doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, anyway though, onward to the joy of more gaming. I know for all my watchers or fans or whatever, they probably get annoyed with me if I get political too, so I don't try to. Sometimes I just complain because, like, economically at least, I do feel sort of left. I'm not the other way on social stuff, so I don't really talk about that as much, but it's just like but yeah, economically it is frustrating being poor all my life. It's like things should be better, you know? And for as bad as like communism actually is bad, like in practice, it would be nice to actually have things made fair kind of deal. Like instead of just giving to those who already have too much, it's like make it even out, sort of. Not like the whole bucket of crabs type thing, but still like fix it so it's...
I found the guy Maurice told me about. Then take him out.
Not just arbitrary redistribution, but like, you know, everyone wants to actually be able to make it in life and have everything work, you know? So it should be like, you know, have actual training into jobs that are meaningful rather than worthless and just an infinite game of begging employers who will just fire you at the drop of a hat kind of thing. You know, companies demand so much loyalty while they give none kind of thing. That's stupid. And yet, you know, it's like the whole, you know, we want 2 weeks notice before you leave us, but we'll fire you in an instant if we think you've upset us in the slightest whatsoever.
Good riddance.
I need to get more of an energy core here. And everything just being so stupid. You know, when I went to college, it's like the cases that they made for how everything's so messed up is just annoying too. Like, what was it? The thing where an investor gets to latch on indefinitely, even though their investment's been repaid, and it's like, what? It's like, they're not adding anything after a point, and yet they're the thing that's set as the most important. What? It should really be like individuals and households that matter more than investors, kind of thing. While it is nice, like, having a retirement fund that sort of provides a little, like the one that I have that I found out about, yeah, supposedly like in 30 years it would get up to $7,000, and by 30 years from now that's probably going to be the price of a Happy Meal. So it's like, I need that money for food now, thank you. Especially when relatives here would starve me to death if I can't figure it out, because to them I'm just a nutriment, useless eater, that sort of thing. Which is the joy of actual socialist crap. It's just like, you know, they look at people who can't figure things out as just wasted life rather than like life made in the image of God, kind of thing. Whereas it's like, there should be like systems where you actually have it where you can make things work in life rather than just infinite frustration for pointless, worthless employment. Because, you know, I know the things about going into trades and all that sort of stuff. It would be nice if it were easier to do that. I've never been able to afford to get a car. You know, I had these boomer parents that, literally boomers, like my mom was from 1948, and my dad was from 1954, but he passed from lung cancer when I was 13. And I was sort of thinking I was going to be like helping him at construction sites, because like when I was 10 and so I was helping him at construction sites back then in like 95. But just like installing faucets and crap, which is actually fairly easy work, and being paid piecemeal, it's not that difficult, and you actually get paid for your work rather than just paid for your time on the clock, which a lot of times it's like the quote in Aliens, where it's like, aren't getting paid by the hour, but you know, a lot of times jobs that pay by the hour do have some annoying co-workers that don't care about actually getting work done, and that just makes it annoying, to say the least. Because anytime I've worked at some place, I've cared about actually getting done, because I want to leave, especially like if it's a work until the day is done type thing. Like, I always find like second and third shift work, which is just catching up with first shift's garbage, because they leave lots of garbage there to do for everyone after them, and pick up after them, and then they whine about not getting all the stuff done for them because they're the only ones that matter. But yeah, it's just, I forget what I'm even saying, but it's frustrating. It's like getting paid 10 bucks an hour to do all that sort of stuff. So that's barely anything nowadays. Like if it were in the 70s or something, 10 bucks an hour would be amazing. But like 2020s, it's worthless. It's literally worth less, because the cost of everything is it has been outpacing the cost of wages, or, you know, all that sort of stuff for too long. And that's the joy of like getting pay raises, while the excuse is, oh, the cost will raise too, because it's an excuse. It's like, yeah, that sucks, you know? Let's see, do we have all the processors for this idiot who can't get it? Let's get over there and see if we can. Let's see if these guys have a few more processors we could take first. Okay. Come on, go doomly doom. Go on, go da doom. Go doom, do doom, do doom, yeah. Come on. Gatling crap. Come on. Fuel. Device charger. Yeah, I don't know. Come on, not enough slots. I don't care, I want to turn into scrap. Okay, fuel. We need that at least. Scrap and crystals. the joy. And at some point I want to get around to writing a story about the antediluvian era. Like, I made a short story once that's in my story fragments books that I wouldn't get paid for if anyone buys it, because, like, for a couple months I wasn't able to afford to keep my phone number, and some random person did, and it's like, now my Amazon account that I had before isn't mine anymore. And I didn't get scammed or anything, I just couldn't afford a stupid phone number for a couple months. So it's like, that was worthless effort, but oh, whatever, here we go with this.
I don't have time to chat otherwise.
You are annoying, please die. But, yeah, let's see if we can get you your crap here. Here you go.
These processors are exactly what I needed. Unfortunately, I have other concerns at the moment. My access key supplier perished in a solar storm.
That sucks.
I need 5 such keys to fulfill an order fast before my customer demands a refund on his deposit. Help me with this, and I will reward you fairly.
This fellow appears to be playing many hands. Does it not make you suspicious?
Hey, anyone who isn't shooting at me is a welcome change. Just let me handle this, okay, Hive? I can do this for you, Tareen, but only in the expectation of something better down the line.
You will not be disappointed.
Are you sure
I
about
think you're
that?
setting yourself up for a world of disappointment.
Thank you, Alfred. Alright, 3,000 credits at least. Wow, that's impressive. Here's one access key, so we only need
Keep
4
it
more.
coming.
Dude, I have 4 plasma torpedoes with your name on it if you keep talking like that to me. Oh well, whatever though. Alright, yeah, let's go. Let's see, what else? Light missiles 20, yeah. Those suck. But whatever though. Onward to the joy of one choice here. Oh yeah, I'm just tired. Oh yay, more frenemies to go crispy. Let's see here, do I have the ability to upgrade this? Let's see, hull damage mod maybe? Hull damage mod Mark 3, awesome. That'll do nicely with the burnification of these things. And yes, I know that's not the actual word. Whatever, who cares? It's a game. And I just say things. Of course, my saying incorrect phrasings isn't
Credits.
a matter of being a game. I'm just tired and I like saying silly things. And sometimes the silly things are stupid. It's like, I am not over something, but I can talk like it sometimes. Okay. Oh my word. Sensors are overheated. Okay. Engine overheated, so that's wonderful. So they kept firing at us so much, and now they're crispy. Oh, what the heck? Where's the next thing to scan? There it is, okay. So the components don't get damaged, they just get overheated and malfunction for a timer thing or something. Alright. Fuel and other crap. Credits, yay, credits, okay. Alright. Oh, there's a scanning thing again. Where's the crystal thing? There it is. With the pattern of things growing in ice. Alright. Outlaw Scout Mark number 2. Ah, come on. More scanning. Alright, let's get it. There we go. Okay. Yay, fuel. The music is pretty good on this. Oh my word, where's the next frenemy? Would that be funny if there were a parody of Enemy Mine called Frenemy Mine? Or it's just like all these fair weather jerks. Maybe they could be lizards. Who knows? Like so many sociopaths that only like you when you're useful to them and ignore you when you're not useful. For even a nanosecond. And then they show up to beg away every cent you earn from you. Or something like that. could be named Shanna. Whatever. Whatever. Here we go. Another could be named Jacqueline. Yeah. All the things. Yeah, my ex-wife, I could whine all about her all day. But let's not bother with that.
More shoot, more loot.
Exactly. The joy of the game. Gathering little oxytocin pellets. Yay. Another thing to mine. In space. Come on. Let's see here. Time for some crispy. Who wants more crispy? We got the crispy right here. Yay, more crispy. More crispification. More doom. More doom. All the doom. All the crispy. Yay. So much stuff. Alright. I don't know. We have stuff. Lots of stuff. Sorry if I sound depressed today. It's just because I feel a little tired. I thought I was going to be able to win the game well, not the last run, you know? Not the last time I uploaded a video of it, but still this run, but it's like, come on. And then I get cornered and swarmed and all the things breaking down, and it's like, good grief, I should have been able to win. So that's why I switched to lane mode for this run, which I'll probably still fail in. Like, it's just so possible. You get overwhelmed, and it's like everything else. It's funny, like, how employers will sometimes do that. They'll put you in a situation where they don't train you just so they'll watch you fail and write you up for it or something like that. And they know what they're doing. They don't like you, so they make it so that you fail. You know, or they want to hire someone else that they like better, so they'll do that. Or they'll do like with my ex-wife in college, like one humanities professor. They'd always give my ex-wife A's, but for me, they'd nitpick over everything.
They've locked onto you.
Even though, like, my ex-wife had me do her, like, all the proofreading and crap. But whatever, though. So crispy. There you go. Nice and toasty. I'd rather use the corrosion missiles because they can bypass the shields. But yeah, whatever though. No. Whatever though. No. Yeah, shield breakers. And we have more garbage now. Plasma mines of doom. But yeah, the humanities professor sucked at that stupid place. And it wasn't the only one that would give preferential treatment to Jackie, but also, I forget the other ones. But yeah, it's just stupid. It's like, she had me proofread her stuff and could have had the same errors. Oh, one thing she did that was kind of cool was like testing the school, having it where she'd always add fake references to her thing, like only a couple out of a bunch of them, but she'd test them to see if they actually bothered to search anything up, and of course none of them ever did, because it doesn't matter, as long as it's properly formatted, none of them cared. $2,000 per class, a lot of those stupid things having coffee table books for textbooks and whatever. And most of the stupid professors and instructors couldn't even spell or even do basic math, but it only mattered But yeah, I don't care. It's just a waste of time and effort. Schools like this mission shouldn't even have accreditation, but it's all a joke anyway. But whatever though. That was so much wasted time and effort like everything else in life. But yeah, it would be nice if there were more of a system where you could have like actual like training for things that will exist for one, and you're actually guaranteed to go to that job later rather than just a gamble. Because that is what all this other crap is. It is just a stupid gamble. Not like an official casino type thing, but it is pretty much, you know, the debt is for certain, and it's all your liability, not the corporations that pretend to be education factories. But yeah, that's how that goes, so. Well, there's just a bunch of scammers saying, go here for a chance at the good life. Let's charge you 50 zillion times more than it's actually worth for next to nothing. And that works out so well because they train you for nothing, pretty much. And it's all just worthless effort. Infinite effort for nothing. Oh my word. Here's another elite. Wonderful. Hello, would you like some freezers? There's the access key we need later. Here, let's use the damage limiter. Let's see, anything else? Damage booster. Heck, why not? They only have this one thing to take care of, but there we go. Or is there more? Oh, there is more. Okay, let's use this up while we have it. Hello. Free doom for everybody. Let's see. 450, 450, cool, and no components damage because it actually works, I guess. It just overheats them now. Did you know the word for rabbit in Spanish is conejito? I don't know why I thought about that other than the word overheat. You know, heat, whatever, sounding like that. I am so tired. Word. Go crispy, dude. Go crispy. All the extra crispy just for you. Free doom for everybody. Yeah. I haven't really watched that much more of like one of these a creator about the Dune things. I think it's I forget her name, Danica XIX or something like that, but yeah, it's interesting though, like the Butlerian, well, the word I don't want to say after that, but in Dune they did away with computer intelligences, and that's actually something that they should do in real life. Not like absolutely as much as in that story system, because some things you really do need computers for, and you can't just genetically modify humans to take the place of that. But you know, you should have calculators and basic computing systems for navigation and whatever. But limit it to functions that computers are necessary and more useful for, like that, and not just taking the role of creators. Because, okay, you have a bunch of rich jerks that just want to replace the poor, basically, is how it's going here. And they'll do the job as badly as possible, pretty much, because you're having programmers that barely understand things make the things to do that, for one. And it's like you might as well have data do it.
Target destroyed.
But, yeah, either way.
Another to Stardust.
Yep. But yeah, it's like the meme of, yeah, you want robots to do laundry, not take over writing and drawing. You know, they prioritize the wrong things here. You should have it where all the garbage jobs are given to robots if you're gonna do that kind of thing. And you still need to actually keep people alive because life matters more than just getting jobs done. But, you know, if our value is in our work we do, then make it so that we can actually find freaking work rather than just starve us all when we can't because you're a bad system builder kind of thing, you know? It's like, the whole thing is just helter-skelter, like, built by the stupidest. Oh, come on. Go crispy. The stack discharger's still broken and it's moving online. Oh, the joy. Alright, there we go. There goes that now. I don't know. I am glad I found that I had a retirement fund from the last few places I worked at. Although it would be worthless pretty much by the time that I'm old enough to retire. It is nice to at least be able to afford food now. And if I prioritize badly, I might be able to get a gaming computer and focus on that. It's like I am glad I have electricity and Wi-Fi here. It would be nice if I had food for certain rather than having to walk on deadly roads and all that other sort of stuff. You know, no transportation. They have 5 cars here. One of them doesn't work. And the other 4 do. The only one's my sister's. But it's still like, I have no transportation myself. There's a bike that's in the storage shed that's rusty. And I fall off of bikes anyway, so it wouldn't be that good for me even if it weren't a rusty piece of crap. I sort of wish I had taken the tricycle I had in Minnesota, but I left it up there since I only had like 1 trunk's worth of space to take my belongings in. Plus my birds though, which matter more than a stupid bicycle. My birds are the only reason I didn't walk into a river after my ex-wife left me. Yeah, that was so fun then. But yeah, whatever though. Let's just go. Onward to the next system here. And let's see if we can get a tune-up and get all the stuff. Oh wait, yay, more enemies to deal with. Jump signal suppressed, probably here. Yeah, all this crap. Okay. That done. Processors. Well, at least I don't need to get processors for the drag thing. Shield boosters. There's that, nice and toasty. Outlaw Scout. Okay. Wish I had the tractor beam already. Let's see if I can build it finally. Energize boost, I don't care about. Remove. Alright, let's see if we can get a tractor beam already. So, Mark III especially would be nice. Target decelerator. Tractor beam Mark III, awesome. Now we can gather crap faster, woo. Please, let's get this scrap. Yay, more crap, more faster. Okay, mineable gas. And I wasn't able to sign up for the military thanks to getting a diagnosis of Asperger's syndrome and ADHD back when I was 18. My mom literally had read like Hades Factor by Robert Ludlum, or whoever was published under Robert Ludlum's name then. And she was like, oh, I found out what's wrong with you. It's called Asperger's syndrome. It's like, yay, finally I know what's wrong with me. The joy. So much joy. But yeah, all that crap. But yeah, that was the joy then. And it was like, you could tell on the neurological evaluations that they had me go through how eager they were to get disability money from me. They were already spending the survivor's benefits from when my dad passed from lung cancer on themselves. They were just so happy to spend it all on eBay. Oh look, there's a sinkhole in space. Oh, come on. Here's a plasma mine, another plasma mine, another plasma mine. Here, follow me, please. And let's see here. Any more friends following? Come on, just follow me. Wow, this is great epilepsy test here. Go, Crispy. Get your doomsday.
Enemies in range.
Yep.
You certainly stood your ground there.
Alright, so there's all that crap. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. The okra. Ooh, so much okra. Yeah, couldn't sign up due to that, and I wasn't disabled enough to get disability either. So it only made it so I stayed homeless when I could have signed up for the glorious henchmanship of doom and get sent off to some place to die in a desert to provide for the oil companies all their stuff. But it would have been nice at least to be able to, you know, that's the one thing the Army and all those other military branches of angelicized henchmanship do, is they actually train you for the tasks that they want you to do, rather than be like, you know, let's have you select a stupid thing for an overpriced amount, and then hope you can figure out how to apply for it just right. Act like an ESFJ and kiss all the butt you need to kiss and all this sort of stuff and hope for the best and pass through all the automated rejection systems and all that nonsense just to filter out everyone so they get all the perfect employees that they'll still criminalize by their HR systems so as to not pay pensions, because it's all about maximizing the benefit for the companies. Not paying pensions is so perfect after all the effort that everyone would put into their stupid things to be so good to them for next to nothing. Because that's for older generations only now. And it's, you know, it's not the boomers' fault necessarily that they had such a good hand in life and everything else has turned to crap since they had everything during their momentary couple decades of economic prosperity and their parents having the GI Bill, so they had everything as well after they got done with all that crap. But nope, you get the rewards handed down to you and then everyone else gets nothing because it benefits everyone who has everything already. Whatever though. It's a messed up thing, you know, it's like you're supposed to have all this American dream crap, be able to survive on a single income and have a house, car, be able to support a family, and yet all the jobs are worthless pretty much unless you're lucky enough to have one that isn't. Have a perfect storm and all that crap. Oh, here's Sector 5. I'm done with this for now. And I know I've probably lost all the friends and all that stuff from just whining about things and not being perfect in everyone's eyes. I'm tired though. So tired. Anyway, take care and try not to go crazy.